Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, developing news we're tracking out of Fleming County this morning. A man has been shot and then flown to UK hospital. We'll have the latest coming up in a live report.
A sad update today. A Frankfort teen has died after a battle with encephalitis.
And embattled Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is due in federal court in Ashland this morning to face possible contempt of court.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT News and welcome in. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. More of the same today in the weather department. Hot.
Yes, and humid, and that stays with us, it sounds like, into the next several days as we head for the Labor Day weekend. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, and we're looking outside at this very moment, sitting in the 60s. Here's where we were yesterday, starting off at 67 degrees. Clear skies, things look pretty good. However, you get into the afternoon, that will change. Look at this reading out at the airport at Jackson in Breathitt County. 71. That's not a good feel during the morning hours. In today's forecast, 88 degrees. Exactly what we saw yesterday is exactly what we're going to be seeing today. Slight chance of rain. Also temperatures right there in the upper 80s. What about your weekend forecast? We're really going to break that down with some thunder in it. We'll talk all about your breakdown coming up in a few minutes.
See you then. Thank you.
Yeah, embattled Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is due in court today after a same-sex couple asked a judge to hold her in contempt of court. Despite multiple orders to issue marriage licenses, Davis has refused.
4 couples have sued her and have filed that contempt of court motion. WKYT's Mark Barber is heading out to Ashland and Boyd County right now, and he's joining us on the phone with our top story here this morning.
Mark, what's expected to happen today?
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. Well, starting at 11 a.m., Kim Davis will stand before the judge who will decide her case, and he is U.S. District Judge David Bunning. Again, that is at 11 a.m. Now, Bunning will decide whether he will hold Davis in contempt of court or not. If Judge Bunning finds Davis in contempt, she could be fined or even jailed for her actions. Yesterday afternoon, Davis and her attorneys responded to the motion. She says she could not comply with the judge's order to issue the licenses because it said, quote, it irreparably and irreversibly violates her conscience by directing her to authorize and issue licenses bearing her name and approval, end quote. The response also says the request for contempt comes when Davis has not been given all of her constitutional protections. Her legal team also suggested other solutions, including an opt-out clause for clerks, deputizing a neighboring county clerk to issue licenses, and removing the personal nature of the authorization that Davis would have to provide. Of course, we will be here in Boyd County throughout the morning, providing you with live updates. This is a huge story for us here on the local area, but also on the national stage, and we will keep you updated to the minute as much as we can. Coming up again, our next live broadcast will be at 5:30, so we'll check back in with you here in just about a half hour.
We're tracking a developing story out of Fleming County right now. Police tell us that a man has been shot. They're working to gather more information.
They do know, however, that man's shooter is still at large this morning. Police say the victim has been flown to UK hospital, and that's where WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is joining us live right now. Michelle, what do we know at the moment?
Yes, a man was shot last night, and we're told he was taken here to UK hospital. We don't know the condition of the victim, but we do know his shooter is still at large. Last night, police were called out to South Lick Road in Fleming County. It's in the Tipton area for a shooting. The man was shot, and when they arrived on South Lick Road, the condition of the victim is unknown at this time. Police say the scene is not safe as the suspect is still on the run. Police also say the shooter is still armed, as he is believed to have used a shotgun. Police have not released any information on the suspect or the victim at this point. We do know the Fleming County coroner was not called out to the scene. Now, once again, one man was shot in the Tipton area of Fleming County. Police say his shooter is still at large and is believed to be armed and dangerous. In Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Thank you, Michelle. Hazmat crews in Lexington had to clean up a major gas spill on a road early this morning. Officers tell us they think a piece of debris in the road punctured a hole in a semi-truck's gas tank around 2:30 in the morning. The gas began to leak on West New Circle at North Broadway. The driver then continued all the way to Interstate 75 before noticing the leak and pulling over. Police say the trucking company sent out a crew to help with cleanup. Traffic was not greatly affected by the spill. Well, new this morning, a Madison County mother's behind bars after police say they found her with drugs with her small child in her car. 33-year-old Tara Gardner is charged with child endangerment and heroin possession. According to the Richmond Register, police say Gardner admitted to having heroin when she was caught. Her child is just a year old.
A Pulaski County father has been charged with DUI again, 2 years after admitting that he was drunk during a crash that badly injured his 12-year-old daughter. Somerset police arrested 58-year-old Jimmy Jasper Saturday night. They say they got a call that he had harassed employees at a Dairy Queen drive-thru and smelled like alcohol. His blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. In 2013, Jasper admitted he was drunk when his car hit a fence, injuring his daughter. Jasper was later sentenced to prison, but the judge probated it at his daughter's request.
We're learning more about the case surrounding a Lexington woman who made Tennessee's top 10 most wanted list. Crystal Bradshaw is charged with sex trafficking. She was indicted Wednesday on that charge. Federal prosecutors say Bradshaw picked up a 15-year-old girl at a Louisville park and drove her to a hotel to have sex with a man. According to court documents, that man, Ralph Goodwin, took the girl with him to Tennessee. The girl managed to get to a computer where she contacted a friend for help.
We have a sad update this morning on a Central Kentucky teenager who'd been battling a serious illness. The family of 16-year-old Bradley Kamek says he has passed away. They say he died late yesterday afternoon at Kentucky Children's Hospital. Doctors diagnosed the Frankfort High School student and soccer player with encephalitis last month. His community rallied around him, raising thousands of dollars to help his family pay for medical costs. A Laurel County man who police say caused a deadly crash in Tennessee is back in the volunteer state this morning after being arrested in Lexington. Tennessee deputies tell us they picked up Benjamin Brewer and drove him to Chattanooga. He is charged with 6 counts of vehicular homicide. In June, police say his tractor-trailer crashed into multiple cars on I-75 in Chattanooga, killing 6 people.
Well, friends are remembering a Jackson County man who died in a shooting. Police say 61-year-old Jackie Rose got into an argument with another man Tuesday afternoon on Chestnut Flat Road. They say that man shot Rose. Friends say that Rose was a hardworking and honest man. Police say they've questioned the shooter, but so far no charges have been filed. They plan to present their findings to the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. A former Catholic priest in Louisville facing federal child pornography charges will be released from jail. A judge has agreed to release Stephen Pohl on a $25,000 unsecured bond. Louisville Archdiocese says that the FBI found child porn on Pohl's computer after he resigned, I should say, after the charges were filed. While out of jail, Pohl will live with his mother. He's also not allowed to have computers there.
The time is coming up on 5:08 on WKYT this morning. A Louisville club with a checkered past is closing after decades in multiple business ventures. The Vernon is a building that was built in 1886 on Story Avenue in Louisville. It has been home to families, a strip club, a Catholic center, and most recently another type of club there. But that club will close its doors at the end of next month when it is put up for sale. It will be set off in style with a big bash set up by the Kentuckiana Blues Society. Lexington might be the horse capital of the world, but this weekend it is getting a new title, and that is foosball capital of the world. The 2015 World Championships of Professional Foosball kicked off last night at the Clarion Hotel on Newtown Pike. Players from as far away as the United Kingdom, Germany, and Ireland are in town. Lexington native Ryan Moore is competing, and he is the #1 ranked foosball player in the world. The championships continue through Monday, and it is free to attend if you want to go out there. It'd be kind of fun. I'm sure
Looks like fun.
Can't be real loud, I would think.
Foosball's a fun game.
It can be. All right, 5:09 on WKYT this morning. We're just getting started here on your Thursday.
Forget bulletproof vest. This iPhone stopped a bullet. We'll tell you more about this California student's close call after the weather.
And I've got an interesting weather fact for you. Already reaching 90 degrees today, or yesterday and the day before. That's beating a record from last month. We'll get into your forecast coming up next.